Bullseye, everybody. It seems like we're genuinely going to get the character on the TV show finally. We've been asking for him for 3 seasons. I think they were just working up to it. It sounds like he's going to have a pretty interesting arc too. Like they're kind of combining a couple different versions of the character. So I'll try to explain what's going on if you guys don't know who Bullseye is or why everybody's freaking out about him or you're not a big comic book person, but be sure to subscribe to get all the Marvel videos. Daredevil Season 3 will be dropping later this year, but they probably won't confirm the actual premiere date till Comic-Con this summer. Just a reminder too that we're also getting Luke Cage Season 2 at the end of June, so that will drop before Comic-Con, so we might also get a little bit of a teaser at the end of that for Daredevil Season 3. I think most people understood the teaser at the end of Defenders that we're going to be doing Born Again because they gave a shout out to Matt Murdock's mom in real life. Get Sister Maggie. Sister Maggie is his mother in the comics. They cast Joanne Whaley to play the character. She's a pretty notable actress. So that's sort of the bones of the Over story, but Bullseye was not a part of the Born Again story. It was mostly just Kingpin versus Daredevil. But what the TV show seems like it's doing is the FBI is going to be a big organization during the season. Like Homeland Security was a big deal during Punisher Season 1. But there are a couple big things that are happening during Daredevil Season 3. Namely, the trial of the Kingpin. But as part of that, Kingpin also said that he was coming for Matt Murdock during Daredevil Season 2. Not the Daredevil. Kingpin also wants to take down the Daredevil, but he doesn't know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil yet. So you have Kingpin coming for Daredevil on all fronts. And during the Born Again storyline, he finds out Matt Murdock's secret identity and just systematically starts to destroy his life. He tears him down so that Daredevil can be born again, quote unquote. You get the idea. So that's kind of what Matt's arc is going to be during Daredevil Season 3. He's been torn down, he almost died, now it's his chance to be born again. But the whole thing with Bullseye during Daredevil Season 3 is that we thought that they were going to cast him. There was a casting notice for a character that sounded like a version of Bullseye from the comics that was a little bit different from what most people know. But then it seems like we got what seems like pretty solid confirmation because somebody on the crew posted this picture of the official logo for Season 3, and it has Bullseye's signature comic book symbol right above the D, as if he's going to be targeting Daredevil during Season 3. But, how does that tie together what's going on with the Born Again storyline, the Kingpin, Matt Murdock, and the Daredevil character himself? So the casting notice for the character that it seems like is going to be TV show Bullseye is actually listed with a codename of Steve. He's supposed to be an FBI agent, described as being kind of awkward and needing the structure of the Bureau to keep the darkness inside him subdued. So if you're not a big comic book reader, you kind of need to know the history of Daredevil versus Bullseye to know how he sort of pushed Bullseye over the edge by kicking his ass one too many times. So the Bullseye character debuted during Daredevil 131 just as this simple extortionist that was trying to pump up his reputation. So he wanted to take on the Daredevil to prove to the underworld of the city that he was a total badass. Please hire me so I make lots of money. So Daredevil kind of gets beaten. He becomes a relatively big mercenary in the city working for the mob. The first time that anybody ever actually hires Bullseye to go after Daredevil is actually a mob boss in Daredevil 141 that hires him not to go after Daredevil, but to go after Matt Murdock. Because remember, nobody knows his secret identity yet. So Bullseye goes after Matt Murdock, gets his ass handed to him by Daredevil. Couple issues later, challenges Daredevil to a rematch on live television to regain his reputation because all the mob bosses think he's trash now. Of course, Daredevil beats his ass again, and he slowly starts to go insane. So like you remember the Colin Farrell version of Bullseye from the Daredevil movie, he had this like insane quality to him.
I missed.
So what might be going on with the TV show is that you have TV Bullseye working as an FBI agent trying to investigate the history of the Kingpin, what happened during Defenders, like this big shadow organization, and slowly uncovering details about how Daredevil was involved with that. So he's going after Daredevil, a vigilante. Vigilantes exist in this gray area. They're kind of against the law. They do illegal things even though it's for good reasons, trying to take down criminals. But you can kind of see how Matt Murdock gets caught in the crossfire as the FBI is investigating all this. So he probably gets his ass handed to him by Daredevil while he's trying to take him in, slowly gets pushed over the edge over the course of the season until he eventually turns into Bullseye, till he gets co-opted by the Kingpin, who then hires him to directly go after Matt Murdock in a future season. So I don't think that they're going to kill off Bullseye during Daredevil season 3. I think we're actually going to see him get a version of the Kingpin origin story where like he starts out as this normal FBI agent that just slowly goes insane and succumbs to the darkness within him because Daredevil kicks his ass so many times at every corner. But I think the real question is how many people besides the Kingpin will learn Matt Murdock's secret identity? Because that's the whole idea, is like once he finds out that Matt Murdock is the Daredevil, that's really when he gets the upper hand. So obviously there's probably a lot from that Born Again storyline that they're not going to do. Like Karen Page is going to be this drug addicted person that sells out Matt Murdock's secret identity. That's actually what happened in the comics. So Kingpin obviously has his hands in a lot of pies. A lot of drug dealers are on his food chain. So Karen Page is eventually compelled to give over Daredevil's secret identity to this drug dealer to get more drugs. The drug dealer passes the information up the food chain to Kingpin, and that's how he learns Matt Murdock's secret identity. So obviously they're probably not going to be doing that version of events on the TV show. It'll probably be people investigating the history of Kingpin in the city in all these weird goings-on, the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, and what happened during Defenders, sort of connecting the Matt Murdock dots to where Daredevil has been popping up. Like, how come Matt Murdock is associated with all these things that Daredevil is associated with? And then just putting two and two together. Oh my god, Matt Murdock is the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. A lot of people are thinking that this FBI agent will become TV Bullseye. Is it because so many versions of the Bullseye character have worked for governmental organizations before they succumb to the quote-unquote darkness within them and just go full-blown mercenary? So let me know in the comments, what do you think about them giving Bullseye sort of a season-long arc the way they gave Kingpin a development arc? Like he starts out as Wilson Fisk, becomes the Kingpin by the end of the season. So it sounds like the same thing is going to be happening with Bullseye. But also really funny news too, because Charlie Cox, the actor, has been filming Daredevil season 3 for a while now, he hasn't seen Infinity War. So he was actually at a Comic-Con recently where people were asking him questions about that. Like, what do you think about the Snapshot? What's going on with that? Where does the show fall in the timeline? He says that he has no idea what the ending of Infinity War was, so he didn't know about everybody getting erased. So I think that's confirmation that Daredevil season 3 and also Luke Cage season 2, pretty much every new season of the Netflix series are happening right before the snap, right before the Black Order comes to the Sanctum to get the Time Stone.
That your meaningless lives are now contributing
I'm
to
sorry,
the balance.
Earth is closed today.
What'll probably happen is they'll wait till after Avengers 4, whichever seasons fall after that, to reference the events of Infinity War, depending on how they resolve things. Like if they wipe everyone's minds so that nobody remembers that half of the universe got erased, that seems like it's going to be a bit of a plot point. So there are a number of ways to explain how they reference or don't reference things on the Netflix series in the next couple of years. But there is a Hulk video that I'm working on. I'll try to post as quick as possible. Leave all your requests in the comments below. But click here for all my other Daredevil Season 3 videos, and click here for that brand new Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.